we're going to do today is dress a rump cap. It is one of my favorite cuts of meat. And you can see fat cap right at the top. Lovely triangular shape. It's important to dry your meat well so that you don't slip when you're handling it. And you're going to be using a very sharp knife, so this is going to be critical. Now, take a look at this silvery part here. It's basically the silver skin. It's a connective tissue, and in a steak, it basically is inedible. So you need to remove this. To remove the silver skin, cut a little tab and hold it with your fingers and slide the knife between the silver skin and the muscle itself. This should separate quite easily and give you very minimal wastage. You'll need a bit of practice to get this down to an art, but with time you'll get it. Now the fat cap across the top of the picanha is quite uneven, and I like to trim it down to a thickness of about 3 to 5 millimeters across the top. And I save the fat, render it down, and I use that to roast potatoes or vegetables and or fried chips. The possibilities are quite limited only by your imagination. Now, given the shape, the triangular shape of the rump cap, you have to trim the tops and the tail of the cap itself in order to get flat surfaced steaks. Now, these offcuts can be used in stir fry. And as you can see, I am cutting a fairly thick steak at this point. It is at least 2 fingers wide, and each steak probably in the range of 350 grams. Now, because of the triangular shape of the cap itself, as I go along cutting it down into steaks, I will tend to cut them a little bit thicker as I get to the narrower end of the cap. This allows me to get an even weight of each steak, and obviously I had to vary my cooking in order to make sure that they get to the required doneness. And at the end, as I said before, the little bits left over, the tail and the top of the rump cap, can be set aside and used as stir fry. Now the trimmings can be used in a stir fry, and all you do is cut it on a bias, fairly thin, maybe 2 millimeters or so thickness. That way you are able to flash fry them, and you can fry them with vegetables or with rice or with noodles. Your imagination is the only limit. Now let's return to the beautiful steaks. I'm going to season these steaks with coarse sea salt and garlic powder and black pepper, which I've ground myself. I will then vacuum seal these in preparation for freezing, and before I want to eat any of these steaks, I'll take them out a couple of days and leave them in the refrigerator to slowly thaw out. Now, I'm fortunate enough that I have a fairly large garden and it grows rosemary, so I've added a few sprigs of rosemary to each individual steak as I vacuum seal them. Now, when you're vacuum sealing anything, it's important to basically fold back the top of the bag so that it remains clean of any liquids or juices that might come with your food. That will allow you to get a proper seal. Follow the instructions for your sealer. Now I use these techniques to ensure that I never buy individual steaks anymore, and I save a lot of money in the process. So use these tricks and enjoy.